What if we could turn these voices inside of our heads off? What if all the self-doubt and the thinking that you spent so much energy on just disappeared? Who would you become? Where would you be? How would your life be different? This is the art of not thinking. I've always prided myself in being unfiltered. Sometimes I say stuff that's offensive. I annoy people. I piss them off. And that unfilteredness does not only come out in the way that I speak, but it comes out in the way that I act. Because the less that I've analyzed my life, the happier I've felt. And that has come with me giving up on what were supposed to be my dreams, my past, what everyone else had orchestrated for me, and just becoming myself. But this art of not thinking goes against our nature because you have these voices inside of your head, these societal expectations that tell you who to be and how to act and what to think. So how do we turn them off? I turned my voices off by throwing myself into experiences I was most afraid of. Putting myself on a stage, putting myself in a fight, and allowing my brain to be in situations where thinking would be the opposite of benefit. For actors, this comes when they are on a stage because overthinking of what this audience thinks and envisions in them would subjugate them to being worse actors. Whether it's a musician, Michael Jackson, who performs on stage and no longer has to think about what people see him as because he has confidence and faith in his music. These performers, these artists, all these great people that we hold on pedestals are able to turn their brains off in the moments that matter most. And this begs the question, are we in the positions of discontent? Are we in the positions that we find ourselves in because we've been thinking too much this whole time? I've always tried to strategize my life. I feel like if I could just lay down the stepping stones and get my degree and save money, then I will be successful. But what if success was just a feeling of happiness? What if that feeling was only present when I was able to turn off the voices? So I took it upon myself to journal more, to go outside, to practice and put myself in chaotic situations where I was able to see the true essence of my character. And in doing so, I began to turn these voices off. All these people that we see as successful are not so different from ourselves because they were just willing to try. Maybe they had a parent, a friend, a teacher who recognized their talent at a young age. And that is what allowed them to have this self-doubt that was saying, is it really possible for me to be extraordinary, to go away? Because all these extraordinary people, they're not necessarily more talented than you. They're not necessarily better at what you're better at. They're not necessarily superior to all the skills that you've acquired in your life, but they had an opportunity to be recognized. They had a voice and they spoke with it. So that is why you must turn off these voices. When your first instinct, when you're applying to some job, or you're going on stage, or you're going on a date, or you're performing in front of an audience is am I enough? That's where you must push further, because recognizing that self-doubt shows you what is truly important. Because if this activity questions my character, if it has this feeling that it could just shatter my life, then that is what I must dive into. Because once I overcome this obstacle, that is the art of the silence inside of your head. And once you silence these self-doubts, you're better able to fill up your head with delusions. These words that tell you that you are the best, because once you're applying yourself, your only rationalization left is that I can do it. I believe in myself, because what is the point in doing this if you don't have any self-belief? And then so emptying out this space creates this sandbox of self-belief. And that is where you're able to choose the activities that you go and pursue, that you will go and achieve your dreams with. And that is why we must be more open to adventure, because when I was willing to put myself in unknown circumstances, I had to challenge these fundamental beliefs that had made me insecure for so long. Oh wait, I can actually perform on a stage? Shit, maybe I fucked it up, but at least I did it. Maybe I am worth something. Maybe I can be in front of people. Maybe I can be on a stage. We need to stop consuming all this media that tells us that people are in higher positions than we are. That is the number one cause for you not being where you want to be, is this voice inside your head. So find your friends that support you, find your peers, find your activities that you are good at, but at a certain point you must shut it all off and isolate yourself to go on this journey of self-discovery. And this requires you testing the waters and finding these moments that signify success and wins. Maybe it's going on stage, maybe it's winning a soccer game as a young adult. You were able to see these little moments of greatness, but because of this anxiety, this force that tries to keep us normal, you didn't apply yourself. Fuck that. It's time to journal and write down your feelings. It's time to meditate, because all these hippie ways that we like to criticize, oh, that's performative, oh, they're just practicing mindfulness. How much could that really help me? Trust me, it will help. The more that I meditate, the more that I'm able to bring out this color, this fabulousness, this confidence of my personality. So it's in these moments of silence, when you're only left to battle with your own thoughts, where you truly break down the barriers of self-limitation. And so that comes with one step towards success. That comes with one habit, and realizing that the barriers between you, your favorite artist, your favorite musician, your favorite businessman or scientist or person that you look up to, even your peers, is drastically smaller than you could realize, because we are all humans. There's no one that's God on this planet walking amongst us, and if they are, I haven't met them yet. And how special can they really be when we're made of all the same material as other people? So believe in yourself and start to silence those voices, because you are the sandbox and your story is unwritten. And that's why I dream of becoming a YouTuber. I want to make movies, I want to be a creative, I want to be a fighter, and I want to be the best. Don't be afraid of saying that, because when this head is empty, when you are in this art of silence, that is when you finally get to choose the delusional self-talk that will make you who you want to be.